We have been seeing heavy rainfall for a good portion of Visayas in the Philippines, with cooler air extending across much of Luzon over towards Taiwan and southern areas of Japan. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta. Let's talk about these heavy rainfall warnings that are in place into Visayas. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like, subscribe button. We do these updates every day, taking a look at what's happening across the Western Pacific. Plus, if you're new to the channel, term we started using about 10 years ago. I found it in the back of a book. No one was really using it here in the Westpac, is the term Shearline. It basically is a cold front that loses its cold air advection, or basically the cooler air kind of forcing it along. And what's really happening is you have those northerly winds interacting with the southerly winds, or in this case, the easterly smacking into the northeast monsoon. And then you get that setup right along it. You get low-level convergence, and that creates upward vertical motion, which creates showers and thunderstorms. And now it seems like everybody's using it, this term Shearline. Heavy rainfall continuing here as we head into the weekend, really for southeastern Luzon, just around the Bicol area, for northern areas of Samar. Cebu is probably going to start to see some improvements on Saturday over towards Sunday, but generally, this is going to continue to linger heading in towards the start of the weekend, and then we see conditions gradually begin to taper off and improve. Now, by next Wednesday and into Thursday, we're going to see another tropical trough kind of kick on in, and this could increase showers again by midweek. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. Maybe not a full-on area of low pressure, but could be something setting up to increase rainfall. Take a look at our rainfall accumulation. Definitely the heaviest of the precip has already passed us. We were looking at, totals 200 to 300 millimeters. Now, along our shear line indicated here in the green, we're only seeing about 50 to 100 millimeters of additional rainfall, but it still is bringing that threat of additional flooding, especially in these areas in the yellow from Sorsogon towards Bornagon, Tacloban, Baybay, Masin. I hope I'm saying everything right, but it basically is southern areas of Bicol, Leyte, and Samar. Still looking at that additional precipitation. We, in fact, can take a closer look at this using our fantastic graphics from Metro Weather's Weatherscape, kind of showing the flow coming in from the northeast and as it hits the mountains. I love this graphic because it really gives you that low-level view of how the winds go around the mountains here. You have that convergence, and you kind of get those popping up of showers. But that's heading into the weekend, and by the early part of next week, we're generally going to see an improvement here as well. So let's start that back over here. We can just kind of loop it back. There's your showers on Saturday over towards Sunday. Right here, you still have that influence of that flow with the shear line, but it does start to lift towards north and back off by Monday and also into Tuesday. By the way, I do want to ask this question for those of you that are new here at Western Pacific Weather. First, what drew you here? And second, our trivia question for today. I usually make these meteorological, but I did want to ask this one. When did we start Westpac Weather? Like, what year do you think it was? 2002, 2009, or 2016? Let me know in the comment section down below. But as we continue to see that heavy rainfall, I do want to remind you, floodwaters can rise fast, so just be aware of the flood warnings. Of course, this is not a tropical system. You're not going to see signal level warnings or anything like that, but you could be looking at a little bit of rainfall still here on Saturday. For places like Cebu, though, definitely seeing improving conditions Monday into Tuesday. Mostly, let me scroll that back. Got one by a little too fast. Monday into Tuesday is pretty decent out there, but by Wednesday into Thursday, as I mentioned, we got another area coming in along the easterlies that could increase the rainfall by the mid to latter part of the week for our friends here in Cebu. And the same thing goes for Siargao. We got a lot of people that watch from there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I do think we're going to see a pickup in the precip. So if you got plans there, maybe you want to head out to the beach, Sunday and Monday is definitely your better of the days to do it into the morning hours before that heavy rainfall does start to pick up. Big shout out to our Patreon members, also our PayPal, Paul Peterson. I see you just donated here. I want to give you a nice little shout out as well on our super typhoon levels, and you guys are the reasons why we continue to do these updates for now since 2009. In fact, until about 2020, I was not doing a Patreon or anything like that, but it got to that point where I wanted to upgrade and wanted to make these updates better. We started using these Metro Weather graphics, and about 2020 we started asking for that. But we have been doing this since 2009. One of my first big typhoons that we covered was Meggy. as well as that one that hit Manila. Goodness, why is it fading away from my brain? You tell me that in the comments section down below. 2009, big storm hit the Manila area. Once you say it, I'll go, oh yeah, duh. Back towards the north, we're still talking about our shear line attached to this just big fat low off there towards the north and east. We are still seeing several areas of low pressure kind of kicking off here across northern areas of Japan. And this does still bring in some wintry weather, in fact, to a few locations. We're seeing that all lift further towards the north, though, with the jet stream. You can kind of see it pushing here in the darker reds across parts of Kaido. Over there towards southwestern Japan, you also have the jet kind of kicking on by. But as this all lifts towards the north and the Westpac High lifts north, that makes for less shear in the Philippine Sea, and thus increases that threat of tropical development, which very typical as we head through the month of March and into February. But still, our goodness gracious, March into April. I am having a day. All right, real quick, I do want to show you this, though, before I let you go, and that is the long-range GFS ensemble, because if we go all the way out, so right about here, we got the 28th into the 29th, so next Saturday, is trying to pop something up there just off the coast of Luzon. It's very weak, probably even hard to see on this image. But then as we go even further, the GFS really trying to continue to pop things by the start of April. And we go with the ECMWF also showing at least a tiny chance of some sort of development by the end of March and into April. What does this mean, Robert? Well, simply put, it means, it is that time of year where we could start watching things develop along the easterlies. Farther down here towards the south, where you kind of see that convection south of Guam, it is not completely out of the ordinary to get some sort of tropical development in that area this time of year. So we're definitely going to want to continue to watch it with long-range ensembles developing. That is definitely possibly the case. Also, do want to let you know we are getting out of that La Nina phase, which we're kind of heading back to ENSO neutral, but sea surface temperatures are still above average offshore. So even if we're going back to ENSO neutral, there is still plenty of fuel and energy for tropical development. So yeah, we got plenty of stuff to watch out for. We're going to keep you posted here at Western Pacific Weather. Like I said, I asked a bunch of questions. One was the trivia, which I did a kind of answer there. 2 was, if you are new to this channel, please let me know what brought you here. And 3 being, what did I just say? 3 being, anyways, we'll take a look. Whatever I just said there, I need to get some coffee in me. The point is, thanks guys for watching, and as always, stay safe out there. I hope you're having a fantastic day. You could tell I don't script these, nor do I cut and edit them. I should start doing that. It probably would look a lot better, but I like the raw data that inform you. It gives it pretty quickly, and that way, you can see I'm not editing it. I'm not trying to read. This is just my analyzing and giving you the latest and greatest information in the Western Pacific, which is why I want to get back into some streaming as well, so we can just take questions back and forth here on our channel. As always, though, thanks for watching, and of course, stay safe out there, friends.